Happy snow day. So Saturday it was mostly just rain, and then it was like freezing as it came down, sleety rain, and then it froze over everything, providing beautiful icicles and knocking over several electricity poles. Then Sunday, yesterday, we had no electricity for like 12 hours because the storm had knocked out so many poles and left us without electricity. And all the while it was snowing. Today, teachers were supposed to go back. They got called off because it's a snow day. It's a snow day today, it's a snow day tomorrow. It's really cold, it's really pretty. I love winter. There, I'll say it. It's like my second favorite season. And I don't feel like it's as bad as some people make it out to be. Like, the cold is fun. You get to layer up and show off all your cool jackets, and no one gets mad whenever you walk around wrapped up in a blanket. It's just cool. I like winter. I do like winter, and I'll stay on that hill. Part of it's probably because I get to celebrate my birthday in January, so that's some extra fun there. But then again, I think it's just cool. The snow is awesome when it snows. Cold weather's fun when it's actually cold. Cool outfits are fun when they're actually cool. Really no different than any other season. It's just like personal taste has pushed me into liking winter as much as I do. Snow days. You don't get snow days in any other season, or at least I hope you don't. That's something cool that you don't get any other season. The past couple of days, while it's been a storming and everything, the trees have looked so pretty. The foliage has looked so pretty, being drowned in white and icicles. So I've been going around like a madman taking pictures of the winter, of the product of the storms. I just think it's cool. I would always hate in elementary school and such when they would call off school just because the roads were icy. Because yeah, it's fun to get off school, but I don't want you to be calling it a snow day if there's no snow. I don't want to be told it's a snow day and then me look out my window and there's absolutely no snow. There's nothing for me to play in. I want to play in the snow. And then probably second worst to the ice snow days is the dry snow or barely any snow days. Again, it's nice that we don't have school, but 8-year-old me wanted to make snowballs. What do you mean I can't make snowballs? There's snow on the ground. Why is it not turning into a snowball? It's really frustrating. I mean, it's not that frustrating to me now because I don't really yearn to play in the snow the way I used to, but it really frustrated me as a kid. And then there were the like perfect snow days when you could play in the snow until you were frigid, until you couldn't feel half of your body, and then go inside and track snow all the way through the house and then have to clean it up because now there are puddles of water all over the floor. Those were the best snow days. I remember a snow day from when I was like 8 or something like that. It started with a Little League basketball game. My brother and I traveled with my parents to go to a random school and play in their random old gym against some random 8-year-olds. And once we left the Little League basketball, we had some of my older brother's friends with us, and we were all gonna come home and play in the snow. I was ecstatic for multiple reasons. One, whenever you're like really little, you think it's so cool to get to play with the older kids, even if the older kids are also really little. And two, it was a snow day. I was going to play in the snow. What's not to love about that? So we got home, they changed out of their basketball uniforms, we all bundled up, and we went out into the snow for a fun game of hide and seek. I don't know why we chose hide and seek out of all of the games, but anything's fun in the snow, so I wasn't mad about it. We started hiding and seeking, and we did a couple of rounds, and then I came up with the great idea to hide inside the evergreens. My grandparents have a couple of evergreens around their house and in their yards, so I decided to hide in this one where I am now, and it was an incredible spot. I watched so many of the guys walk past me, not even knowing I was there. I could watch them while I was hiding. It was so good. Until I could see them going inside without me. They found everyone else and then went inside, and I watched them do it. And I was sitting out here in the cold thinking they were gonna come find me because I was like 8, probably younger, and they never came and found me. And then eventually, my little child of a self climbed out from under the tree and stomped up to my grandparents' front door crying about how they left me out in the cold while we were playing hide and seek. They never found me and they just left me. And then my grandma treated me like the baby I was being, and she made me hot chocolate. Flash forward from being 8 years old to being in 8th grade. This was the year that our grandparents had a foreign exchange student from Spain. Shout out to Carol. And this was also the year of the last big snowstorm that we've had in a while. It was a big enough snowstorm for us to miss multiple days of school back to back. It was 5 days of school or something like that. But it was a lot of snow. It was a weird snow just because of how windy it was too. So parts of the ground would have next to no snow, and then next to a hill you could get up to a couple feet of snow, just depending on how the wind is blowing it. So we decided to go to a hill for multiple reasons, but primarily to sled. After bothering this 16-year-old from Spain for hours on end, we got all bundled up and grabbed our plastic sleds and headed to the exit to the interstate, where they had built up the hills to meet the exit. So there were these giant hills, pretty steep, to go sledding down. And boy, was it fun. We were sledding down it at breakneck speeds. So after kind of wearing out one side of the hill, we switched to the other side of the hill and went down it a couple of times. But at the bottom of the hill, like I said, the snow could blow it into these weirdest of piles. And there was 5 feet of snow piled up at the end of this hill because it was a sort of valley. So we slid down and were met with 5 feet of snow, which probably I am exaggerating there. I don't know how much it was, but it felt like 5 feet. But with that much snow in one spot, you can do a lot of work. So we were digging tunnels, and we were making little houses and hiding in the snow and making snow forts and snowmen and doing all the fun things that you can do in the snow. And sure, there were 10-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 18-year-olds, but we were all playing in the snow like children, and that is part of the joy of a snow day. Bringing back childhood memories, but also making you feel like a child once again, regardless of your age. I feel like you see the snow coming down, and yes, the older you get, the more pessimistic you get about the snow, but part of you still feels the same joy that you felt as a child when you saw the snow coming down. Taking a break from life for just even a couple of minutes to enjoy the snow, to snuggle up, drink a hot chocolate, watch a movie, and enjoy the snow. That's the real joy of a snow day.